always wondered if Oda were to create an art gallery with some of his favorite, most beautiful arcs, which ones would he pick? And which ones are getting the boot? Today, we're about to rank some One Piece arcs, but not the way you think. I don't care about story, emotional impact, power levels, none of that. I'm thinking purely aesthetics. I built a point system where I'll be ranking everything based off 4 criteria, where each of the criteria is worth 5 points. The first one is art direction. Does the arc look unique? Does it stand out? The second is wardrobe and character design. Are the characters memorable? What are they wearing? Is that fashion looking good? The third is environment and just vibes. Like, what's the landscape look like? How's that lighting? And could I see myself chilling there? And the last is screenshot worthiness. Are there any scenes or panels that I could see as a framed piece of art? Everything together is worth a total possible 20 points, which will let us know where everything fits in the tier list. Today we'll be ranking the main pre-time skip arcs from both the anime and the manga. We'll look at post-time skip in another video. For the sake of time, we're combining some of the smaller arcs, so if your favorite mini arc is missing, let me know what you would rank it in the comments. Anyway, enough yapping, let's jump in. First up, we got Romance Dawn. Since it's the first arc in the entire series, I'm gonna give it a little bit of grace in the ranking. For art direction, I'm gonna give it a 3. With the entire series being about pirates and crews and everything, so I think having like the heavy water influence is a really cool idea. Wardrobe and character design, I'm gonna give it a 5. We haven't seen these people before and they all look really distinct from one another. I mean, Luffy with his iconic straw hat is incredible. Zoro looking fire in the green and the bandana. Alvida and Captain Morgan is really interesting, dynamic looking villains, both goofy and intimidating. Kobe, even though he looks pretty nerdy, he's pretty cool with his pink hair. And even Helmeppo, even though he got a butt chin, he looked kind of clean in that purple right there. But for environment, I'm gonna give it a 2. So much of this arc is so character driven, we don't really care where we are. The screenshot worthiness, I'm gonna give it a 3. There's a lot of scenes in here that are quintessential One Piece. From the Roger execution to Shanks giving Luffy the straw hat. Overall, not a bad start for the series. Romance Dawn gets 13 points. B tier. Orange Village. Honestly, there ain't much to say about this. Art direction gets a 2. Wardrobe and character design, I give them a 4. Buggy kind of carries here. Who would have thought to have a pirate clown with sort of a circus theme? Like the red nose is iconic. In terms of his crew, I think Kabaji actually comes through. Like that scarf is kind of tough. Yeah, Nami is introduced, but if I'm gonna be honest, it's like one of my least favorite outfits from her. In terms of environment, I'm gonna just give it a 1. I think I would expect more from a town that was controlled by a clown with sort of a circus theme. And it just seems kind of boring. Like I could not see myself chilling here. Screenshot worthiness, nah, nothing for real. Maybe that Zoro slice could be pretty cool. I don't know. Orange Town, 6 points. That's D2. Next up is Syrup Village, which might even be worse than Orange Town for real. In terms of visual identity, everything is just like beige, brown. Like, guys, can we get some life into this? Wardrobe and character design, 2. Usopp is introduced as a character, and his design early on is kind of cheeks, y'all. Like brown on brown for real with the overalls. And then what's up with the brother's nose, man? We got one black dude in here, and that's what they do to us? Oda, come on, man. I will say Kuro kind of has a slick look with this sort of like black cat theme. I'm not mad at that. And Django is kind of dope too. His sunglasses are sick. In terms of environment, it's brown on brown on brown. Everything looked dried up. I'm cool. In screenshot worthiness, nothing. 0. Overall, Syrup Village, 4 points, D tier. All right, next up, Baratie. Art direction gets a 4 for me. Having a fish-shaped boat that's a restaurant too? Are you kidding me? Like the creativity is unmatched. And then everything revolves around that, from the food, the interior, the wardrobe and character design. I honestly get a 3. Yes, we do get Sanji, who's clean cut. Also my second favorite straw hat. And we do love a nice suit, but everything feels kind of safe. Even with Zeph, it's predictable. He just looks like a normal chef. And we get Don Krieg, and he's got his sort of gold armor. I ain't really messing with it for real. If we do want to give a slight boost, Mihawk does make an appearance here, and we know the Mihawk is always coming correct, from the sword to the hat to the open chest, but I don't know if he's in it enough to really give him points for that. For environment mood, I'll give it a 4. The idea of the restaurant is just like so golden. I'm not gonna lie, I wanna go to the Baratie. I'm trying to eat their food. It looked good, the vibes look dope. I'm trying to chill there. I know they got good music. We can have a night out. Screenshot worthiness gets a 5 from me. The bow by Sanji, the composition is so beautiful. The way that the chefs are lined up create these leading lines in these arrows that point you past his butt directly to his face, but it makes your eyes use the entire frame, which I think is so smart. Altogether, Baratie gets 16 points, A tier. Next up, Arlong Park. Art direction, 4. The whole park is given summer. From the tangerine trees to the pops of color everywhere, there's so many like purples, oranges, greens, and even the wardrobes fit that, which I gave a 5. Everybody's wearing like tank tops or like open button shirts, Hawaiian shirts. In terms of character design, yo, Arlong? Oh my gosh, dude. This is one of the most iconic characters in all of One Piece. That saw shark nose being purple, he just looks tough, man. I appreciate the wardrobe shift from Nami. I think the green works really well. And the rest of her family looks dynamic. Outside of the faces kind of looking the same. I dig the tattoos and how Bellemierre's hair is a little bit different with the shaved sides. In terms of the environment, I think it's a really interesting setup. It feels very different from the restaurant we just came from. Arlong Park feels like you're kind of trapped in there, which is very thematic to the actual story, if you know how Nami sort of felt throughout that process. And in terms of screenshot worthiness, 5. If I could pick one image to put in a gallery frame, oh my gosh, it's the one after Nami asks Luffy for help with them boys posted up like that. Dude, like again, like the thing that makes such a strong gallery worthy image is the way that it fills the whole frame. At one point, you're looking at Sanji to lead, but then you go over to the right corner of the image and you look at Usopp is chilling in that corner. And then you follow and look in the middle of the frame, which is Luffy. And then to go over to the left and see Zoro. It's such a memorable scene for me. Overall, Arlong Park gets 18 points, which is our first S tier. Next up, Loguetown. I'm giving art direction a 5. The name alone, Loguetown, is so poetic. Log being stemming from the words prologue and epilogue, which is both like a beginning and end. And with Loguetown being the birthplace and the place of death for Goldie Roger, is just like, it blows my mind. I'm like, whatever you do after that, you win, you get points. That's so good. Wardrobe and character design gets a 4 for me. There's a lot of characters that are here, reintroduced, introduced, and it's too many to go through. But I want to mention Smoker. Smoker's design is unmatched. Everything head to toe, from the cigar to the white and teal coat to the black boots to even the bike. Like, he just looks tough. Like, he's such a cool design. And then we get Dragon, who just gives off this beautiful, mysterious vibe, this tattoo. We're like, who is this guy? Why is he here? In terms of screenshot worthiness, 2 points. Y'all might hate me for this, but there's like not a lot for real. I think it's because there's so much that happens. If anything, I guess I would say when Buggy tries to execute Luffy, Luffy's carefree attitude contrasted with Buggy's anger and effort to actually hurt this person, it feels like a really cool contrast. I forgot to include the environment score for Loguetown. I gave it a 4. Overall, Loguetown gets 15 points, A tier. Next up, Whiskey Peak. We're in the Grand Line. Art direction, I gave it 2. It's really hard to tell in this arc where they're going for. I think maybe because it's a little bit shorter, it doesn't have as much time to establish an identity. But the identity really comes out in the characters. Wardrobe and character design gets a 5 for me. I love villain groups that have a really strong theme. Like, I might do a separate video later on comparing my favorite villain groups. Let me know what I should include if I do. I love Miss Valentine's color palette and her umbrella accessory. Mr. Five looks incredible. They got his hair looking clean, the long coat, sunglasses. They even got the brother's nose right too. Come on, points for that. I ain't even mad at Miss Monday's design. It's dynamic and it's different from any other woman that we've seen before. And then we get a glimpse of Miss All Sunday. Come on, y'all. I even got to explain anything? The environment gets a 4 for me. I think it's really nice that we get to spend a lot of time at night, which we hadn't done in this series to this point. In terms of screenshot worthiness, I give it a 1. Not a ton outside of maybe Zoro and Luffy posted up fighting together. Overall, Whiskey Peak gets a 12. B tier. Next, we're skipping ahead to Drum Island. Art direction, I give it 2. There's not a ton on this island that I feel makes it a unique space. When you work with snow, you kind of limit yourself on what you can do in terms of characterizing an arc. With wardrobe, character design, I give a 3. Chopper is a clear standout here, fan favorite. But to be honest, this isn't even my favorite version of Chopper. I think he's a little round here, and they're still trying to work out the kinks of what he looks like. Wapo is an interesting villain. He's kind of goofy, chunky, and it makes sense. But he's not dripped out for real. But who is Dr. Kureha. She's a prime example of you never too old to keep a swaggy. The glasses, colors. It don't even make sense for her to be wearing this stuff in this cold weather. But she pulling it off, man. I'm not gonna lie, Luffy wearing Nami's plaid coat actually works a lot for me. Even with the one sleeve, I think that's a stylish addition. And I think this might be the first time he's changed clothes since we introduced to him. In terms of environment, 2. I'm not trying to be in Drum Island. Screenshot worthiness, I give it a 2. There's an image of the flag that Chopper is holding. I think is symbolic and really beautiful. Overall, Drum Island gets 11 points, C tier. Moving on to Alabasta. Art direction, 5 out of 5. This is one of the most unique arcs we've ever seen. The tones, the lights, it fits the theme perfectly. The way that both the protagonists and the villains respond to the environment is unlike anything we've seen to this point. For character design, can I even give it less than a 5? I don't think so for real. I mean, we get to see more of our Baroque Works crew, from Mr. 2 with the iconic pink coat and that flamingo aesthetic, to Mr. 1 with the blades on his arms. Like, we get Miss All Sunday again with the cowboy hat, but then she got that white coat over top of it. And then to top it off, I don't know if we've seen as quintessential as a mob boss in a design as Crocodile. I mean, everything from like his stature, the way his hair is slicked back, the layers in his wardrobe, from the vest to the coat over top, even down to the details, man. He's got these rings on his fingers, the stitching over his nose, the cigar. It's clear that Crocodile was designed for Alabasta to be his domain, especially considering his ability. And not to mention, our straw hats even got a little swag upgrade. Everybody's got their little desert fits with the turbans and the extra layers on. And it all looks good for real. And it goes back to that art direction where everything is consistent. And don't let me forget, our boy Ace makes a visit too, and he still got his jacket on. I think Ace's design has always been really interesting. Never been a fan of the tattoo with the S crossed out. I get it. But other than that, I think Ace is like a really fire design. Environment gets a 4 for me. The desert is so vast. It's not the first thing that I think of when I think of a pirate series, which again goes to that creativity and gives it a good bump. The only reason that I'm not giving this full 5 points is because I ain't trying to live here for real. It's too hot, too dry. I'm good. Screenshot worthiness gets a 5. There's one image that comes to mind that I would love to see in a gallery. You probably got it in your house if you got a One Piece poster. It's the image of our straw hats with Vivi and Karoo with their fists up in the air and the X's. Like, that symbolism is so amazing. There's nothing else I could really say about it. Overall, Alabasta gets 19 points and is definitely S tier. Skypiea. Art direction, 5. I don't think anybody can say that this isn't a unique space. Who would have thought that we're going in the sky for a pirate adventure? It's interesting that the architecture and the colors are more ancient. Character design and wardrobe also get a 5. Let's start with the top. Enel is an excellent villain. The design is so clean. He's supposed to be like a self-proclaimed god. And so you see that in a lot of his like anklets, the big pants, his posture, the way that he lays. It feels very divine. The Shandian warriors are a huge standout here too. And I think what makes these characters so unique and special is that they definitely fit Skypiea. You can't necessarily take Shandian warriors and put them in a different island in a different arc, and they fit. Our straw hats are cool and casual this time around, but I gotta stand up for Nico Robin. This is probably one of my favorite fits from her. Anytime she got the cowboy hat, she's winning. And then I gotta give honorable mention to Zoro's goggles. Environment and mood gets a 5. The standout for me is Shandora, the Heavenly Temple. The Gold City feels like it goes on forever. And we're in the sky for real. Like, how cool would it to be to just be chilling here, posted up, like in the upper yard? That would be incredible. 3 for screenshot worthiness. There's a couple things that come to mind, but the standout for me is when Wiper, Zoro, Robin, and some other folks are pointing their weapons towards Enel, and they're talking about he should be the one to disappear. The framing is so good. It creates this like triangle effect from the base of the frame. It has leading lines where Enel is at the center. Overall, Skypiea gets 18 points, S tier. Long Green Longland. I don't know. This arc is kind of a meme for me. I don't know. The art direction is a 2. I get the idea that the whole island, everything is like long, but like it just feels flat. Like, let's be for real. Like, this really feels like a filler arc. Upon further reading in the manga, I might regret saying this. The redeeming quality of this arc is the wardrobe and the character design, which I gave a 4. All the Foxy pirates are really dynamic, Foxy included. I really like Portia's design, like she's the standout character for me. We are graced with Luffy's first transformation is Fro Luffy. And I don't know, I ain't mad at it, bro. I think it's dope. I'll say the thing that brings us from like a low number up to a 4 is at the very end, we are graced with none other than Kuzan the Iceman. This is one of my favorite characters. I'm gonna just say that. This looks so sick. He's super tall. He got the curls. Like, wait, is he black for real? And the sleep mask as an accessory? Kuzan stole this arc for me. The environment and the mood, I just gave it a 1. And then screenshot worthiness is a 2. I think having that back-to-back image with Luffy and Foxy with the fro, that's kind of cool. I put that in the show, maybe in the corner somewhere. I don't know. Overall, Long Green Longland gets 9 points, C tier. Water 7. I give art direction a 5. I think the design of Water 7 is very unique to the world of One Piece. Again, there's nothing like it that we've seen up to this far, and I don't think there's anything else that we'll see afterwards that's like it either. As beautiful and massive as it is, it feels like something that you could really imagine in the real world. Character design and wardrobe, 5 out of 5. Look, CP9, another villain group. I'm telling y'all, they're so dope. The assassins that are hidden in plain sight. Rob Lucci's top hat steals the show. Kaku is well designed for a long-nosed character too. It feels like Oda learned from what he did to Usopp's nose to make Kaku's long nose actually work for him. And Frankie's design is one of a kind. There's nobody like him out there. I just wish he had some pants on for real. And the environment is a 5, of course. Again, with the entire island being inspired by Venice, I think that was such a really cool touch and showed Oda's research. And it's the first time we've seen water incorporated into the island too, which is fire, rather than seeing just the land and the water be separate. And for screenshot worthiness, I'm gonna give it a 5. And I know there's a lot of great story moments in this arc, but really I just want a wide image of the island itself. I think Water 7 is so beautiful. Overall, Water 7 is the first to get a perfect score and is definitely an S tier. Moving on to Enies Lobby. Our direction gets a 5 out of 5 here. You can see Oda's starting to find his stride in terms of what he wants this world to look like. We get to see the shift from these bright, beautiful colors in Water 7 to more of a muted black and gray sort of aesthetic, which really sets the tone for the rest of the arc. The wardrobe and character design get 5 out of 5 again. Soja King's design really took a leap here. The mask is incredible and actually made that long nose look cool. You must have heard me talking. CP9 looks super slick and all black this time. Rob Lucci and Kaku's transformations actually look intimidating and look kind of cool. We get a monster form from Chopper, which I wouldn't really call that drip, but it's an upgrade for him. He look kind of cool. Do your thing, Chopper. The environment and mood gets a 5. I love seeing the height difference between where CP9 was and where the Straw Hats were. It was both a physical barrier to see the height, but it's also a symbolic barrier to see what is coming ahead for the Straw Hats. And so anytime an environment can do more than just look cool, like, come on, like that's incredible. Screenshot worthiness, 5. I could just take my pick. What you want to see in the gallery? We have Luffy's Gear 2 pose, Robin's I Want to Live scene, Straw Hats like posted up as they're getting ready to start this fight. Like, you could have an entire gallery with moments from this arc. It is so powerful. Overall, Enies Lobby gets back-to-back perfect scores, giving us another S tier. So that's the list so far for our pre-time skip arcs. What y'all think? Anything you would change so far? Anything I missed? Let me know in the comments. In the next video, we'll be finishing the pre-time skip arcs, starting with Thriller Bark. I know y'all want to see that. So like, comment, subscribe, keep notifications on so you know when that video is coming up next. In the meantime, be kind to each other in the comments, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.